Alright, so we're here racing in Road America. Not the full track, but a good portion of it, and very important portion of it. We're racing with the F50 again. I might post a Forza Grand Tour racing video soon, but those are really long. Processing might take around 2 to 3 hours. We'll see about that. So at the launch, we start at 5th place. Pretty nice cars we got here. Cayman F12. Yes, F12. Viper, 2012 Viper, and seems to be like not sure what's in 2nd place right now, but we jumped to 4th place, which is awesome because the F12 couldn't handle the pain from the other guys in the back that lunged everyone out of the way. Alright, up to here, I get a really good turn through here in basically every lap, so I don't really need to worry about that. And the Viper, so we pass him here pretty good. And this turn, I made a huge mistake. I braked at a point, but it didn't come to me that I would need to brake even more, so I just let it go and turned. But sadly not, I had too much speed into a turn, ran into a grass. Now, it's a whatever, we're still in 4th place. Now, coming up to the car in front of us, which is fighting with the Viper. Viper seems to be going really defensive and is going to lose quite a bit of time, and I just went to a grass, but I kept my cool. Seems to be a Charger. Don't quote me on that, but seems to be one. Probably from the 60s. 69 Charger. Alright, the roundabout before the last lap, we are in 3rd place right now. And the car in front is pretty far, and the Viper in front of me. Okay, I totally went off track there. I do deserve a really big penalty for that, because I turned in way too early and I didn't. Yeah, it was the 2nd lap, but let's disregard that for now. Now up to the main sort of straight, we get a really good braking, really good turn into it. Viper gets a lot of wheel spin out of the turn. He loses a lot of speed. I catch up to him about 50 feet away from him. Now up to here, this braking, yeah, I go out the side a lot. Hurts my braking. And I took a really narrow line through it. Over here, pretty good line through it. Hit the curb. 2 wheels on the curb and 2 wheels off the track, which is okay. Now up to here, I have pretty good times on this. And I don't want to spoil the lap times. Well, I'm gonna say it at lap 4 or 5. So up to the 90-degree, not hairpin but turn. 2 wheels on the curb, 2 wheels outside. There I just went fully outside. Now roundabout, my car is not too good at it. I stay wide, but then I get the cut inside into the apex and get some more speed out of the turn than the Viper up front. Now coming up to a chicane after on the 1st and 2nd turn. Pretty good turn and pretty good. 3rd lap, perfected it. Now I got a little bit wheel spin outside the turn, but it's okay. Now the main straight, my car is not that good at mid-range acceleration, but 1st place is 3.1 seconds away. 2nd place is just shy of 2 seconds. So it's very possible to catch up to them. Not very possible, but possible, if I can race good enough. So 3rd lap, we have 2.5 laps left. I totally cut the corner there. I've done it every single lap this race. And the Viper up front is pulling away, it seems to be. He's catching up to the 1st place car, and they're gonna start fighting, which is beneficial for me, because then I'll be able to catch up to them. Because it doesn't seem to me like I'm catching up. I'm actually losing time, but I'm pulling away from the people behind me, so I'm moving at my own rhythm right now. And what you see here is a huge mistake. The Viper jumps on the back of the 1st place. They just both go into a barrier, and that was a crucial mistake to a race. They just lost 1st and 2nd place, which is very bad. Viper's still 2nd place, but the other guy, he's long gone. Now we acquires 1st place. Coming up to chicane, he bumps us a little bit. Not sure why, but it's all whatever. I'm in front of him. I just need to go defensive, really defensive for the last 2 laps. and try to stay in first place, which is gonna be quite hard. Now up to here, I do gain a lot of time because behind me, oh no, he gets a little bit of wheel spin, but we do get a better turn in out of it. Now over here, I get a perfect turn out of that, and then perfect turn into this. Fourth lap might have been my best lap, but just gonna spoil it now, I had the best lap out of anyone in the whole server for this race. So that was pretty good to know. Faster than the first place and the Viper that seems to love punting me. He's around half a second away. I get a really good full throttle line out of that turn, which is very rare to happen. Viper even had to brake a little bit. Coming up to a 90-degree turn, I got punted a lot actually. Now coming up to the roundabout, Viper can't do anything about it, because if he goes too fast in it, he might go into the grass, and that's the end of the race for him. And now he is really close, creeping up behind me, coming up to first chicane. He can't do anything right now to pass me. He does pump me a little bit, try to pump me into grass, but I braked in time for that. Now the last main straight before the end of the race, because we're on the final lap, not doing bad at all. I started pretty 5th place actually, and I'm at 1st place right now, so I did quite a bit of increasing throughout the race. And now coming up to halfway through the lap, 90-degree turns, need to make this really good. But you can see on the leaderboards to the left, bottom left, he is 1.5 seconds away from me. So he made a lot of crucial mistakes. And him gaining a second or 2 seconds in less than half a lap is nearly impossible unless I make a really big mistake, but that does not happen. Well, hopefully that does not happen, but I already did the race, so that didn't happen. So now the last roundabout before the finish line, half a second away from my car, no possible way he could catch up. Not at all. Shifting at 4th gear, coming up to the finish line at 1st place. I had the best lap in the server and pretty good. So that's all I had. And see